All right, Brian Binkholder, financial coach and national spokesperson for Advisorcheck, coming to you today, both the consumer and the advisor, to let you know about a special announcement that we have, which is totally free, 100% free background checks on advisors. There's no cost to consumers and no cost to advisors. Now, you may ask, why in the world are we doing this when you see some of the prices of other companies out there? I'll tell you why we're doing it. We're doing it because we are trying to raise the bar in this industry. We're trying to bring transparency and disclosure to a higher level. And we know that consumers, you're going to demand advisors who are adhering to this belief. And advisors, you're going to jump on board of the cause that Advisorcheck is promoting, of that higher level of transparency and full disclosure. So anyway, I wanted to speak to you though a little bit about some of the things that are happening and some of the checks we perform to tell you the difference, because some articles that have been out there have been vastly inaccurate. And so I want to really break it down to you and help you, the average individual, know what checks we perform and why it's so important. So just in a couple minutes here, I'll go through all of these and it will give you a better peace of mind when you ask for this free background check on your advisor. Now, I do have to warn you, not all advisors will agree to it, because frankly, we're going to dive into a bunch of their background, and some advisors, even though it's free, it's no cost to them, they're still not going to submit to this. So consumers, I just want you to be aware of that. But here are the checks that we perform. Now, a lot of people say, well, Brian, okay, what checks are they? Well, we check FINRA, the Financial and Insurance Regulatory Authority, the SEC, State Department Security, the State Department Insurance in each state. We check both of those. The licenses, we check their licenses to make sure they're up to date with what they're saying they have. The Better Business Bureau we check on. Then over here, we do a full screening on civil, to check to see any lawsuits that they've been involved in, if they're financially related. We also check their criminal. We also check credit related. Now, not their credit score or something else, but we check for judgments, liens, bankruptcies, foreclosures. Now, why is this all important? Because a lot of advisors out there have this belief that some of these other entities already do this, and the truth is no. Right now, FINRA and the SEC are regulatory authorities. FINRA is actually a self-regulatory authority. It's designed by brokerage firms to self-regulate. Ever since 1938 Act, after the Great Depression, they're allowed to regulate themselves. Now, what happens is any broker that goes to work for a firm has to submit to a thing called a U4 consumers, where they do a full background check on everything. But after that, it's all self-reporting. The advisor is supposed to report any deficiencies, they call these things. And what we find in many cases is that they're not reporting those. In fact, right underneath this video, there's an article about a brokerage firm called Woodbury Financial that was just fined that they're being required to do background checks on their advisors. Most of the firms are not doing that. It's only done through the door, and then after that, it's self-reporting. So what advisorbackgroundcheck.com does, or Advisorcheck as we call it, we contact the SEC and FINRA and check on those, but then we also check the states, as we saw. But the more important thing is we run a current background screening on them. So again, it's bringing you, the consumer, peace of mind to make sure that you know everything about this advisor, which is super. And advisors are just jumping on board because they're saying, hey, we want to be transparent. We want to be fully disclosed, because they want to earn that trust with you, the consumer. Now, also, I want to bring a little point as we wrap up. Why is this such a big benefit? Check this out. Forbes magazine, June 8th, Forbes, June 8th of 2009, wrote, DIY sleuthing, being able to check on your advisor yourself. Again, this article, will link over to it so you can read it. But they talked about a company called People Search that cost $50, and all that People Search does is criminal records, But they say beware that it's a data dump. They just dump a bunch of data out there based on the person's name. So if the advisor has a common name, who knows if you're getting the right information? But they don't do anything on civil, and they don't do anything on credit. Now, there's another outfit called Commercial Business Intelligence. It costs $350, and they do all of this. Then another one, First Advantage, is $2,500. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we say in the business, show me proof. And that's what we're doing. We're bringing this disclosure and transparency to the industry. We are eating this cost. It's zero to you, zero to the advisor, because we're that confident that Advisorcheck and AdvisorBackgroundCheck.com are going to change this industry for the good. And advisors, get on board with us. We are changing things. Consumers, tell your friends. Tell them to check out their advisor. There's no risk, and there's no money out of your pocket. Brian Binkholder, financial coach, national spokesperson, signing off.